Hello, welcome to the Just Tip podcast where I tell you guys some real life stories about some real life topics. This is episode 36, I think. And tonight I just wanted to talk to you guys about anxiety. I recently have, been triggered with anxiety, and it has made me really want to, just say something about it. I know mental health is very serious, and I know a lot of celebrities lately have been speaking on their mental health. And let me also say, I pray that this does not become the scapegoat for when things are not wanted to be done or needed. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, I really don't want to do that press conference. Oh, my mental health, you know? But at the same time, let me also sympathize and empathize with them because lately, especially at work, I have realized my anxiety. And let me also try to define anxiety as best I can. And according to Google, Dr. Google, and PhD Google, is that excessive worrying, fear, and doubt. And it even went into examples of worrying about things we can't control, worrying about what other people think of us, and so on. And y'all, I promise you, I think the most of why it hit for me is because of the fact that I grew up with my grandmother, and my grandmother had anxiety really bad. And I remember it. I remember it to a T. I remember she would call my mom and she would be panicking and she would be in full blown panic attack if a storm was coming, like whatever you name it. And, my mom would stop everything she was doing and rush to my grandmother. And, we would all go over there with her, check on grandma, make sure grandma was okay. And I remember as a child, I would say, man, she's just doing it because she just wants attention. That's all it is. She just wants attention. There's nothing really wrong with her. And now that I'm an adult and I have experienced quite a few panic attacks, y'all, it is insane of how it makes you feel. And it's crazy because nobody, prepares you for it. I could tell you all day long, panic attacks are weird. They're a lot to go through, but it doesn't prepare you for what you actually experience. I had my very first panic attack back in 07, 08, something like that. I don't know. I just remember being at Lowe's, which was one of my former jobs, and I was working the return desk. And at the time, my boyfriend at the time, he and I were on the rocks. We were arguing. We were doing all the things. Sorry, I'll take off my new glasses so you guys can see my eyes, the reflection. But he and I were arguing, and I just remember asking him, like, what do you want? Like, do you want me, or what are we doing? And his answer, when the fairy tale answer I was expecting, like, yeah, of course, Tiffany, I want you. No, it was like, I don't want you. And y'all, I lost my mind. I lost my mind. So I went through, because at the time he and I shared a phone plan together, whatever. I went through his phone, like, y'all, at least off all the numbers and stuff he done dialed and text and everything. So I started calling all the numbers, and I'm hanging up, just trying to figure out who everybody is. So they all call him, and they're like, hey, your girlfriend's lost her mind. She's calling everybody. And, like, people can see it saying Lowe's on their phone. So he calls me, and he's like, stop calling everybody, like, on my favorites or whatever. And he was like, I don't want you. Y'all, I remember sitting on the floor, and I remember just hyperventilating. Like, I remember not being able to catch my breath to breathe. I remember feeling like shaky and just, oh man, y'all, it was bad. And Amanda was the girl that worked at the return desk at the time, and she said, Tiffany, go to the break room. So her and Chris Quintana, who worked in appliances walked me to the back. And when I got to the back, I was in the break room. And y'all, by this time, the hyperventilating had got so bad that I couldn't catch my breath. So I was just like, and I could, excuse me, I couldn't breathe, y'all. It was so bad. And so I remember this was like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. I just remember everybody that was in there, it was on break and stuff, was like, is she okay? And y'all, I was in such a panic. There was nothing I could do. So I remember looking at the clock, and like the hands on the clock were doing as they should. But in my mind, at this point, the clock was moving. And then I screamed, the clock is moving! The clock is moving! And nobody in the break room said a word, y'all. Meanwhile, Amanda is still sitting beside me, and she's just like, Tiffany, you have got to breathe. Calm down. And then Chris found a Chick-fil-A bag on the table. It's just like, Tiffany, breathe in this bag. Take deep breaths. So I started to take deep breaths. And by this time, I'm looking, she tells me to look at the refrigerator because she says if I look at something solid that can't move, I'll be okay, I'll calm down. That didn't happen. My hand clenched up like this, and then I said, the refrigerator is moving, everything is moving. So by this time, excuse me, they're trying to figure out the combination to my locker so they can call my parents to come and get me. And I'm still freaking out. My hands are stuck like this. I cannot breathe. And so they're holding the bag for me to help me breathe. By the time my parents got there, y'all, I had calmed down. But needless to say, my parents were not calm because they both were just like, what is wrong with you? You at work and lost your mind. So I had to take some time off from work. Hey, you okay? Okay. Sorry, somebody is up with me doing my podcast. But y'all, it was the craziest. I think it was probably, I won't say it was the worst panic attack I've had, but it was the very first one. And I just remember feeling like, maybe this is what Grandma felt like. And I feel so horrible because I picked at her for so long, thinking she just wanted attention. And y'all, I felt so bad. I really did, y'all. It was horrible. I didn't seek any counseling or anything, and I know I've recently watched a couple of podcasts and YouTube videos of celebrities that have been talking about having social anxiety and how bad it is for them when they're around people. And that, made me think too about, I've had two events recently. I think one was in September and one might have been a couple of weeks ago, where I went to two events and I saw people that I knew, and I wouldn't say just people that like I'm friends with on Facebook. These are people that I've gone to class with, people that I've grown up with. I've known a couple of them since elementary school, some since middle school, you name it. And I have seen these people, but these people have not spoken to me. They just kind of looked at me and kept going. And I had even made up the idea after the first event that nobody didn't speak to me. I was like, wow, maybe I look different because I wear glasses now. In school, I didn't wear glasses, right? And my friend was like, no, Tiffany, no. And so then it really like weighed on me because I'm just like, why is nobody speaking to me? Why won't people speak to me? And then it turned into an anxiety for me. And then I think I just internalized it, and then I feel very awkward when I do see people because I'm just like, I don't know if they're gonna speak to me. Maybe they don't like me. Maybe they didn't like me when I was in school. Maybe they don't like me now. And y'all, oh my God, it is pure anxiety. The second event, when I seen a couple of people that I knew and they didn't speak to me, oh my God, I internalized it so bad that I was just like, am I a bad person? I don't think I'm a bad person. Am I a bad person? Was I a bad person? Am I mean to people? I don't think I'm mean to people. Do I say stuff that offends people? Like, y'all, I was second guessing everything about myself, which did not hone on me until today that that's anxiety. Are you okay? Go get your cup. Go get your cup. Okay. Anywho. But then there was today, and this is how I figured out it was anxiety, y'all. So today, I'm sitting at work, and this has happened now twice, but today I'm sitting at work, and we have a new girl, and she is a Alabama fan. God bless her heart. And you all know I am a Georgia fan. And so we every now and then converse on, you know, like what our team has been playing, like what we're looking forward to the next, you know, the next upcoming game. So we're talking, and I was telling her, you know, Hawks playing today, Falcons playing today, but by the time I post this, you guys, this will have already passed. So we're having the conversation, and she was just standing there talking to me. Like, she had left her little desk and came to mine, and she was standing there talking to me. The entire time I had anxiety, and I was just like, somebody's gonna say something to us. Somebody is going to be like, oh my God, you guys cannot be talking. You guys cannot be over here talking. And y'all, I was so paranoid, and it did not hit me until today that is the anxiety that I had from my last job. I got in trouble for talking all the time at my last job, whether I was at my desk or at other people's desks talking to them. I got in trouble. So it just beyond freaked me out, and nobody said a word to me, but I was still like, oh my God, we're gonna get in trouble, we're gonna get in trouble. And she never stopped talking to me. Like, she continued to hold her conversation like nothing happened. And I was just like, you gotta stop talking to me now. We have exceeded like 2 minutes. You have to stop talking to me. Y'all, I was so paranoid. And seeing my last job, I don't say, well, it was a corporate type job, but it felt like I got in trouble for any and everything. So if I did something wrong, then it would be like, oh, well, you did it. Tiffany did it. We're going to have to write you up. We're going to have to do this. So like today, I made a mistake on one of the like proof things or whatever, and I put the wrong hat color that was requested, and the sales rep was like, hey, you put the wrong hat color. And I was like, oh my God, I am so sorry. I will fix it. Y'all, my anxiety was through the roof, and constant apologies. I'm so sorry. I did not catch that. I am so sorry. I overlooked that. I am so, y'all, and it has been insane for me. And I know when I read like the definition, and Google was saying like when you care about what other people think, y'all, I wish I could tell y'all at the age of 35 that I don't care what people think about me, but I would be lying if I told y'all that, because I deeply care about what people think about me. I deeply don't like when people are upset with me. I don't like when people don't speak to me. Y'all, it is so many things that go through my mind when these things happen, and then I start trying to figure out like, what is it about me that is making this person act this way? And y'all, the anxiety is so real. I do mean it is so real. But I am talking to you guys about it as a form of therapy. So if that don't tell y'all, that girl need help. Oh man. But God gonna give me that. I'm telling y'all, it's been rough. So I can't stress enough that if you are experiencing any kind of anxiety, please pray, find a therapist, find somebody to talk to, find an outlet, meditation, whatever it's gotta be. Please, y'all, because mental health is nothing to play with, okay? And that's so serious, y'all. But hey, we shall try this again and make it to another day. All right, you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.